Shazam, Fury of the Gods, fucking came down upon us from fucking the halls of Olympia itself. And we were like, take that shit back home. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, guy.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Look, we liked the first Shazam. I fully expected to like this one because all the same people are back. Director's the same, you know. My only point of contention was that they weren't advertising that boy at all. So I was like, oh shit, that's not a good sign. But then again, they're trying to obviously kill the old DC universe and bring in this new one. So I was like, maybe that's why.
But you already spent so much money. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but also I was like, they shelved Batgirl. Why didn't they shelve this one? Answer, I don't know, because they should have. This boy, stinky! Man, there are worse movies in the world. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. We're just comparing this to its ilk. Other DC movies and, you know, by association, other Marvel movies. There's been some really shitty Marvel movies as of late. I think this one's still way better than Multiverse of Madness, for example. Stinker to the max. Ruined a lot of great character arcs. Potential character arcs.
Painful to sit through.
Painful to sit through. Humor that was equivalent to a hair on my fucking culo. You know? Awful.
What does that mean?
Still better than that.
Yeah.
In terms of DC EU stuff, Wonder Woman 84 was abysmal. Mm-hmm. You know, just god-awful garbage. I hate that it exists. So it's better than that. You know, but... it's not as good as the other ones. It's the problem. It's in some weird limbo in between things. Questionable thing number one. They created new villains for this. These are not comic book based villains. They're new villains. So already you have a lot of legwork to do. And the problem is the movie doesn't set these villains up very well. They spent too much time on Shazam and his family. We had all that shit in the first one. I get that you have to progress some of these characters, and that's fine. You know, we get one of his brothers, or, you know, brothers, quote unquote, adopted brothers, have a plot line. That's cool, but Shazam's plight is ass in this, and I don't want to hear it. The point is, the villains suffer because of this, and you're kind of like, why are they doing this? Why didn't they do that? You're questioning their motives.
There's literally a moment where we paused and we're like, does this make any sense?
Yeah, we were like,
and ultimately it does, but just not good.
Yeah. That's a big problem. Yeah, you're questioning things that you shouldn't be questioning, not because they don't make sense particularly, but because they're not gelling up well on the screen.
They're not presented well.
Yeah. So yeah, the villains suffer out the gate, and for villains that they're basically introducing to people that have been around comics forever or people that want to see this, that's not a good way to go. They don't really make an impression.
They're definitely not cool.
Now, bringing back these characters, the Shazam family.
Shazamily?
The Shazamily, yes. That's what they are known as. Sinbad occasionally sneaks into the basement. They're like, get the hell out, guy.
People gotta stop trying to make Shazam a thing with Sinbad. Like, it didn't happen. Stop making this shit up.
Anybody that says it happened, besides maybe the first original volley of people that misremember.
Yeah, misremember.
Anybody after that that's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. Shut up.
Yeah.
Nobody believes you. Shut up.
Daddy, chill.
Now, onto this Shazam. That's you know, the hero Shazam.
The real Shazam.
Here's the problem with Zachary Levi's portrayal. He doubled up on being this child in an adult's body angle. The problem is that now it feels horribly incongruous to his teenage alter ego's counterpart.
Who's now like 50 years old.
Who looks way older than him somehow.
He's 75 years old and isn't even trying to match Zachary Levi's portrayal.
Yeah, they just feel like completely different people. And whenever Shazam is Shazam, I'm just going to be honest, he's annoying, guy. This first third of this movie, the humor was painful to me. Just like painful, like god awful, man. Cringy, like I just didn't... Yeah, I wasn't vibing with it. And I liked it in the first one. It was fun and lighthearted and entertaining. Just here, I feel like maybe it just didn't progress beyond that and just like Zachary Levi's performance, just doubled up on it and just felt like a slog.
They let, like, some scenes are a little too long, I think, is the problem. Like, it feels like he kind of reaches a point where he's like, oh no, now I gotta be entertaining, let me do something else.
Yes.
Instead of them just cutting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe that's the problem, is that the scenes are too long and it's shit just kind of feels like they're filling up space. And you're kind of like, what is this guy?
And his random, goofy, supposed to be affable charm thing. Oh boy. It's just, it just doesn't work. He doesn't have the Ryan Reynolds effect in like Deadpool, for example, where yeah, he's doing the same shtick, but he finds a way to make it funny and just make the character shine. And a lot of that falls on the back of Zachary Levi, and he's just not doing it this go round. He just isn't, guy. You know, I hate to say it, but he just fucking is not. And, you know, it's his fucking movie. So what the hell? But anyway, suffice it to say that once all was said and done, my favorite part of the movie was the post-credit sequence, which had legitimate humor to it. Now, I'm not going to say that I didn't laugh during the movie here and there. There's amusing moments. Just saying that one was one of the ones that felt supernatural. It felt legitimately funny, based on something. It felt like a step forward, and it's literally a throwaway joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's that. There was no moment in the movie where I was like thrilled.
Nah.
And just to underline how unthrilled I was, the only moment that made my blood pump a little was when I heard Wonder Woman's musical cue. And she doesn't do anything action-oriented in this. She just comes to, you know, basically Deus Ex Machina him back to life, basically. So that tells you something about the fucking movie. I will say this to its credit, that once you know who the villain's full motive is, the movie does pick up a little bit. It feels a little bit more cohesive. It's not boring or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable enough. But once all is said and done, I just didn't feel anything for it. Thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. There's some mad, stinky-ass performances. I'm not even counting Zachary in there, but I do agree with you. He's kind of annoying.
He's a stinker guy.
I don't hate him. I think he's got moments where it's actually funny, but for the most part, stinky.
Yeah.
The chick, the third sister was stinky, in my opinion.
There's 3 villains that are
Yeah,
sisters.
the youngest one. Not Lucy Liu.
Mm-hmm.
Or Helen Mirren, which looking mad old, by the way.
Helen Mirren famously said that she didn't know what the movie was about. And I totally understand that. Not because I was confused by it, but because
she's an old hag.
She's an old hag, and this thing is so busy and so messy.
Mad messy.
That she had to have been like, I'm just going to read the fucking lines.
There isn't even like cool action. Like there's a fight, quote unquote, between him and between Shazam and Helen Mirren, which is just her name, by the way, in the movie. I think
they just went with
Ellen. And they just kind of slam each other on the ground, and you're like, that's the best you could think of?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of lame. She does get a cool kick, I guess, but that's pretty much it. There's a scene with Lucy Liu and a dragon trying to kill 2 characters, and she's specifically trying to kill them. She's saying, kill them.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon's doing like its fear power that takes 50 million years to do anything. And then
fire them up.
Literally in the next scene, they show him firing his beam of fire out of his mouth. Why didn't he just do that?
Yeah, it just felt like, you know, those moments in the James Bond movie where the villain takes a sweet-ass time to do something.
There's a lot of that in the movie.
It felt like that, except the villains had everywhere to escape to.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry, the good guys had everywhere to escape to. There's no threat.
There's a lot of that in the movie where it just feels like, why are they doing this so long?
Yeah, it's really weird.
It needed some mad editing, guy. Like, I think you should do a cut of this, boy.
Cut the whole movie out,
Not homie.
Jaimin Hanzo's back as the wizard, and he was probably the one whose humor landed the best for me. Just because it's always amusing to see cantankerous, old, powerful bastards be inconvenienced. And he does it well. And Jaimin's just one of our boys. I love Jaimin.
Mad ass.
Big fucking ass on him. I think he's the character that felt the best. In terms of the Shazam family, Zachary Levi definitely was the most annoying. And some of the other ones just... I don't know if it's because they got these kids so young to keep them in the franchise and they just turned out to not be particularly stellar presences. Or they were just maybe out of it because they knew this thing was a stinker. I don't know. But a lot of them feel out of sorts. The one who gets the main plot line that's linked into the major plot line, or subplot that's linked into the major plot line, I felt like they did too much with him.
I agree.
He kind of became annoying.
He was trying.
Yeah.
He was really
it's
trying.
It's no fault of the actors, but
and like I could see that work if they had trimmed it. Like it goes on too long. And you're like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta move on from this.
It's just a super uninteresting subplot. There's a mid-credit sequence where they suggest that he's gonna join the Justice Society, which I feel might be carry on to the the DCU, I'm sorry, when they do the switch over after the Flash. Seems like it is. I mean, they're linked to Waller and you know, all that jazz. So Genghis Roundstone's in there. Mm-hmm. If he's in there, they better tone that shit down, guy, because he's a stinker in the comedy realm. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but whatever. Mid-credit sequence, spoiler, he's invited to the JSA in a particularly annoying scene. This is a movie we saw. Rating, guy?
I give it a mad 2, guy. Again, I don't hate it. There's nothing that made me go, I want to kill him, like you apparently. But it's just like super unessential. It feels like you could just skip this boy and be fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna make any movements. So I guess in a way, it's good that it's that there probably won't be a sequel.
Yeah.
Because for several reasons.
I hope they never acknowledge this fucking movie again. This is like Wonder Woman 84 in terms of how unessential it is, how it feels so out of place.
Yeah.
I give it a fucking 3, just because there are far worse movies that I've given 2 and 1s to. Yeah. That I mean, this is still a watchable movie. It's just a thing, man.
This has gotten mad defense online, I've noticed. From people, you know, people are shitting on it for not making enough money or whatever, but then everybody's like defending it in the comments. You're like, this is the one you defend, guy?
I gotta double up on that complaint of yours, guy, because people shat on Black Adam up and down the fucking streets. Whether you like it or not, Black Adam is leagues better than this movie, man. I'm talking leagues. I'm talking fucking 20,000 leagues under the sea better.
Under the sea, guy?
Under the sea, guy.
Gotta acknowledge your suit, guy.
My suit, god damn it. Look, I forgot my fucking shirt, right? So you're gonna see some flappy ass fucking arm and then my wake up and smell the freedom
What are you, Travis Tritt?
Walmart shirt.
Do you have rice cooking in the microwave?
Yeah, Travis Tritt is a fucking guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Travis Tritt and Kid Rock could go suck it just like Shazam can.
Mm-hmm. Controversial opinion? Mm-hmm. John Leguizamo can eat a dick now.
Johnny Legs.
I love Johnny Legs, but god damn.
Yeah, he's stinking up the joint. He's making everything about fucking race. Like, shut up, guy. Remember when you were cool, even though you were in shitty ass movies most of the time? That's not happening anymore. It just feels like a fucking wimp, a jerk that you want to punch in the balls, man.
I wouldn't punch him.
I hate him. I feel like The Rock, who has been getting a lot of flack recently because he didn't want to work with him. I feel like this justifies.
Nah, homie,
his
I would have
claims.
had him in there, and since The Rock has that clause where he can't lose, fact, #real, I would just had him freaking lose, guy. Shazam can lose. He's young.
I feel like Shazam already lost with this fucking movie.